Hello and welcome back to Anywhere But Here, episode 261. My name is Tom.
And my name's Ant.
You can find us at abhpod.com, where somewhere on that screen, if you scroll down, or whatever, it's on the side if you're on a desktop.
Find it.
Who's on a desktop anymore?
Yeah.
Or a laptop? There's an Amazon banner. If you click through that banner, you can do all your shopping as usual, but we get 5% of your total basket spend at the end. It doesn't cost you any more. In fact, it costs Amazon a little bit. So, you know, take some money back from them. And that keeps us, you know, that gives us a little bit of money to spend on our hosting fees for the next year.
It does. And if you don't want to give money to Amazon, if you've got nothing to buy on Amazon, you can support us in another way, in a more regular way. If you wanted to support us on a regular basis, you can actually become a supporter of ABH via Patreon. Just around the same place you'll find the Amazon banner. There's a banner for Patreon. Just click through that, and for $1 a month, that's all we ask for. You can choose to donate more if you want, or pledge more. Just $1 a month. You get after the podcast, which are exclusive to the patrons. You get the spoiler cast when we record them, rather than having to wait until they come out on the main feed. You can get early access to YouTube videos when we record them. All the audio content is actually delivered in your very own special feed. There'll be an RSS link. You copy that into your podcast player, and it will download all the audio content automatically for you, including this main episode, but without the intro. Indeed. Without this intro, so you don't have to hear the spiel anymore.
And for just $1 a month.
It's a bargain.
You can find us on all the social media platforms. Well, Twitter at ABH Pod, on Facebook.com/ABH Pod, and also YouTube.com/ABH Podcast.
Yeah, we don't have a Tumblr. You can email us long form if you would like, abhpod@gmail.com. On this week's episode, we discuss the potential onset of World War III.
The movie Cats.
And on the back of that, theatre in general.
And how Christmas was actually quite good this year.
It was. And also cases for all your things.
But first, how are you feeling, Ant?
It's not good because I'm delirious this morning.
Yeah.
So I've just got off a night shift.
How was it?
Yeah, it's fine.
Same as any other shift.
Yeah, it's a night shift. People are asleep.
Yeah.
And I'm not.
Yeah. So what do you do to pass the time in that situation anyway? Card games.
Did I do anything last night?
Just stared into the abyss.
Just talking to people.
Right, fair play.
No, I mean, because it's a weekend, we sort of keep the TV on the ward. We keep it on a little bit later.
Yeah.
So we had the TV on a bit later. The guys went to bed a bit later. Then I went on my break. Didn't sleep. Watched Doctor Who. I downloaded that. The first episode of the new series.
How did that go? I heard good things.
Really good.
Because it's like a James Bond type pastiche or something, isn't it?
Yeah, because it's called Spyfall.
Right.
The episode's called Spyfall Part 1.
Right, okay.
But it is really, really good. Stephen Fry plays C.
Yeah.
And there's a character called O. Because every time he walks into the room, Stephen Fry went, "Oh, it's him." So that's the joke in it. So he called himself O. But yeah, it was just really, really good. And just Jodie Whittaker's just fantastic in anything, really, isn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I watched that, and then when I went back to work, we were writing notes. And then the guy who'd gone AWOL came back.
Okay.
So we had that to deal with.
I assume that's a lot of paperwork, right? Yeah.
And they don't realise when they do it. It's just fair enough.
Yeah. You know. They're not really thinking about you guys.
Probably thinking about the secret society that's after them and all that sort of stuff. You know. Just the usual. But yeah, so there's just a lot of paperwork, and then when they come back, they're kind of like, "Can you do this? Can I have that? Can I?" And you're like, "I just need to fill in this paperwork before I go home." So, you know, haven't really got time for you. No, it's one of those things. It's a guy that quite regularly does it.
Right.
But we've got to keep taking positive risks and giving him a chance. And anyway, yeah. Major headache. So, yeah, off a 12.5-hour shift, sat down, kind of feel a bit delirious. As I was walking down your garden, I was like, well, this is weird. Because it's not usual routine either, that's the thing.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have usually worked the previous night before doing a podcast, but because it's been Christmas, the rota's sort of all over the place.
There's people on holidays and things like that, right?
Yeah, but it's because it was Christmas last week, which would have been my usual 4-day week.
Right.
But I only did 3 days last week, so I had to do 4 days this week.
Okay.
It was all over the place. Because I didn't work Christmas, I had to work New Year, but because I worked New Year, then my days were shifted slightly. I should have done Friday night, really, but I didn't want to do 4 nights in a row.
Right. I think that's,
but
acceptable.
Then, yes, except I'm working tomorrow day.
Oof, fucking hell.
Yeah.
So we don't really want to be here too long today.
Well, I choose to do this because it's that little bit of normalcy and it allows me to vent
exactly
at the world we currently live in.
And the world we currently live in is pretty fucked, isn't it?
Yeah.
On the verge of World War III, thanks
to... I don't think so. And people are they're always doing that. Oh, it's World War III. So, no, there's going to be a war.
It's not. I mean,
it's going to be like the Iraq War from the George Bush administration.
Yeah.
Again, because oil prices were getting a bit too high or getting a bit too scarce, oil, so... apparently after the initial strike, oil prices just went through the roof.
Yeah. But I also...
If you don't know what we're talking about...
if you've been living under a rock.
Fucking hell. Yeah.
The US sanctioned an airstrike against...
No, they didn't. Donald Trump did.
Donald Trump did, yeah. He just basically was on Twitter one day and accidentally pressed the wrong button or something.
Yeah.
Took out...
he thought it was like the send button to send a tweet, but actually it was to send a fucking drone to take out the second most powerful guy in Iran.
Yeah, like the head of their special forces or something. Which
do you think he just he saw Iran and thought it was Iraq?
Well, that's always...
Do you think he's just illiterate?
I mean, yes.
Well, yeah, okay. He is, we know, but that's got nothing to do with what we're talking about.
Yeah. Soleimani, isn't it?
Yeah.
Something or other, Soleimani. He's the leader of... it's... Hood?
I don't know. He's like the military, isn't he? Quds, yeah.
Yeah. And, we fought with Iran against IS. He's, by all accounts, quite strategically savvy.
Yeah.
Knows his way around, knows all the targets, has been doing a fairly good job against IS, but has also been propping up Assad in Syria.
Yeah. And targeting the US, I think.
Various things in Iraq as well.
Here and there. Yeah.
He's a target for the US.
Yeah, there's some intelligence that he was going to attack, US target, do loads of coordinated attacks.
Yeah, against embassies and bases.
They've got evidence of this apparently.
Yeah,
which probably will show up at some point.
Weapons of mass destruction. Anyone?
And then in 5-10 years' time, we'll find out that was actually not true.
Yeah, and everyone will be outraged. So why not start being outraged now?
But hey, you support the troops, because that's what's going to happen next. It's going to be support the troops.
Yeah, but apparently he did it without telling anyone. Boris Johnson didn't know about it.
No.
No one knew.
No,
he just launched an attack without checking it with anyone. Kind of...
Act of war? Isn't that kind of go against a lot of things?
And to be fair, who I mean, it's the
Have
US.
You heard this guy's name before?
No.
This strike happened?
No, I hadn't.
No. It's not like Saddam Hussein.
No.
It's not.
No, he's not the leader of a country. All right, he's right up there at the right hand.
Yeah.
But The average person on the street has no idea.
And what I love it is
not that that means that he's not a threat.
Oh, no.
But then I don't believe that Saddam Hussein was a threat, really.
No.
He was a nasty, evil bastard.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No. He was evil, but I don't think he was like a threat to the country, our country. So.
No.
And there was that whole thing as well when it happened. Like the leader of Iran, I don't know who he is. It's basically said like, we will retaliate, but we're going to have a couple of days of mourning first.
Yeah.
But we're going to strike back.
Yeah.
Like we're going to do it. And then was it like right after the guy's funeral, they sent a missile to the US Embassy.
Yeah.
Had the funeral, press the button, launch, gone.
Hassan Rouhani.
Yeah.
Is the president
I
of
have
Iran.
heard that name. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's like right after the guy's funeral, missile,
Yeah.
US Embassy, and then Donald Trump turned around and goes, "Okay, well we're going to attack 52 sites."
Just a random number.
No,
from the
because to pay you back for the 52 Americans who kidnapped and killed some years ago.
Yeah.
Like so, it's like a like for like, obviously.
It's just tit for tat, isn't it?
But the problem is the sites that Donald Trump has said are targets. Are like touristy sites.
Yeah.
Like lots of innocent people are going to get killed.
Yeah.
That's
and he's acting
crazy.
more and more like a tin pot dictator every single day.
Yeah. So he kind of is sort of. Yeah. But this is when people are comparing him to Hitler. Yeah.
Look at this. Also kicking out journalists and all that kind of stuff, you know, not yeah. It's a worrying time. Right-wing politics has reached a stage where it seems to be global, you know, because it's not just here and in America. It's various other places in Europe, Australia. Yeah. They're not very happy at the moment because of the bushfires that have been going on for like 3 fucking months.
Like a third of the country's on fire.
Yeah.
And nobody's doing anything to help them.
Nah. Because what can you do? Like I mean, with fires that big,
there's been like a massive drive because obviously when Notre Dame went up, like there was overnight millions raised.
Yeah.
Australia, a third of it's on fire pretty much, and it's not quite a third, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
A third of the inhabitable space.
I mean, someone put the square kilometerage on a map.
Overlaid it with the US.
It's the size of Europe, basically.
Yeah. That's on fire.
Which is nuts.
Yeah. But there's been like a massive drive now, and I think like there was over $20 million raised in like no time at all to send like aid over for the people that are affected by it, because so many people are affected. I know WWF are getting like loads of donations to help the wildlife over there. It's crazy what's happening over there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
terrifying. You see the videos from inside the fire trucks and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you're right. Yeah. 20 million in 48 hours. Yeah. Wow. Amazing what happens when people are like, by the way.
Yeah. By the way, big fire.
Notre Dame, one building. Australia, continent.
It's continent on fire over there. We're going to...
It's nuts, isn't it?
Lots of indigenous creatures that are nowhere else in the world.
Yeah.
I mean, there are a lot of giant house-sized spiders dying.
Yeah, which is fine.
Do you think that's how it started?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying that I went to Australia this year.
I know.
I didn't do it.
No.
But it's certainly, yeah.
You'd have been too busy running away screaming to attack a spider.
Absolutely, yeah. Not the ones that are the size of those out there.
Yeah. But we were having an interesting discussion back to the topic of like World War III.
Yeah.
At work today, I was having a discussion with a nurse, and he was saying, like 4 o'clock this morning, and he was saying about he can see Boris Johnson's going to sort of join in because that's what the UK do for some reason.
Well, also we need trade deals soon, don't we?
So he feels like Boris Johnson's going to join in. He said that's going to be Boris Johnson's downfall, the same as Tony Blair. And I was like, yes, but the problem is the people who voted for Tony Blair were left-wing Labour supporters.
Yeah, and Tony Blair was more on the right side of things.
Yeah, But that's what happened. So then he went and fought this war that the people that voted Labour went, fuck off, we don't agree with that. We're left-leaning. Yeah. Whereas with Boris Johnson, the people that voted for him are right-leaning and don't like brown-skinned people. I don't think this is going to be Boris Johnson's downfall. I imagine a lot of his supporters are going to be like, fucking right.
Yeah. Admittedly, today, the Foreign Secretary, Dominic Raab, has urged diplomatic to, try and go with diplomacy. But then, obviously, that is always going to be the state line, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the front they're going to put up.
While also sending in the SAS or someone,
let's negotiate peace with our guns.
While diverting funds to the war effort.
Yes.
But also he also apparently condemned Iran's actions. Didn't condemn Trump's.
No.
unsanctioned assassination.
That's mad, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's mad.
It's insane that people... Because all this time we've been saying, like, how the hell can he have access to the red button?
Yeah.
When everyone knows that... Well, we hope that there isn't an actual red button. There could well be. I don't really know. But, like, the fact that he can do this without telling anyone...
Yeah, just...
Yeah.
Go on then.
Yeah. I mean...
That's not a decision you just make.
Nah. It's... Yeah, I don't know.
But apparently it is. I don't...
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
It's an evolving story. It's evolving.
Wait, we're like 5 days into the new year.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
Crazy.
Like half the world's on fire.
We're like, 2020 is going to be great. What? Excuse me?
Yeah.
Goodbye 2019.
Hello, apocalypse.
Yeah.
But then you've also had like the New Zealand volcano as well, which is that was pretty horrific as well, just before Christmas. And...
Yeah. Well, it was last year.
Yeah.
That was the bad year.
This
is the good year.
That was the lead up.
Yeah.
That was the opening act.
That was the overture. Fucking hell,
mate.
It is getting to the point where like Mother Nature's just like, you lot, fuck off. Like wildfires, the volcano. Like, just I've had enough of you.
Yeah, it's you do wonder.
The Earth has found its antibiotics.
The science fiction things of like, I don't know. You got that whole Matrix thing where the human beings are a disease.
I mean, we are,
which is true, because we act like viruses.
Yeah.
Rather than
we multiply and
eradicate and pollute and all that kind of stuff. Whether or not, at some point the Earth is just going to go, nah,
we're kicking off the new year.
Yeah.
Real positivity.
I'm trying to be personally more positive this year.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the problem is world events
just keep kicking you in the teeth, don't they?
Yeah. So I think the key is to stop worrying about the world.
Just ignore it. Just hope it goes away.
Yeah.
Oh well.
But
But I went and watched Cats.
Yes. How the hell was that?
It was Cats.
Yeah.
It's I understand. I understand the slating it is getting. I totally understand it and I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Right.
Because I like Cats. I like the show.
You've seen the stage show, right?
And it's weird. It's completely weird. It's completely surreal. It's what it is. And I don't know if I said it on here, but I always like when I saw the trailers and stuff and I heard they were making a film, I was like, how the fuck are they going to make that stage show a film? And how are they going to make it work?
Yeah.
And they did.
Ish.
No, they did.
Yeah.
It is exactly what Cats the stage show is.
Yeah.
Which is a big ball of beautiful mess.
It's like it's songs with a forced narrative around them, isn't it? Like,
so it's based on T.S. Eliot.
Yeah.
Poetry book about cats.
Yeah.
You know,
it's a bizarre concept.
It is. It's this whole, like T.S. Eliot, the poems. It has its own narrative, and it's about different types of cats that you get. Like he calls them jellicle cats, and they have different names and things like that. And it's a bizarre concept, like the book itself. And then they made a stage show, which Andrew Lloyd Webber, who's a bizarre man,
yes,
but it's not just a musical. It's
got a kind of religious
like dance.
thing, isn't it?
Well, I mean,
she
yeah,
chooses one cat to go up to.
Well, to be born again.
Yeah.
Deuteronomy does it. But it's a dance show as well. So it's about dance. It's about the performance, and it's about and then you've got songs as well.
Yeah.
And some weird narrative, and it's great. It's silly. It's an escape.
Yeah.
To some weird.
The visuals for me
world.
Were just like I don't.
It does take some getting used to, but then you sort of get
filter
into
it out.
Yeah.
Because there were reports of like they'd fucked up with Judi Dench's hand in one of the scenes, and
I don't know. I didn't.
Yeah,
see.
like apparently one of the scenes, she hasn't got the CG stuff on her hand.
Oh,
or
really?
Something. Like they haven't matted
They forgot
off.
to over. Oh, okay.
And then so the director Tom Hooper got that fixed and then rushed it out like the night after the premiere or something, because it was in the premiere. Like this mistake.
Yeah.
And then he literally had the next day or the day after had reprints shipped out across the globe.
Oh, okay. But they're digital as well, aren't they? A lot of places, so it's
yeah. So it's
just
not like
download
they,
it.
Stuck a load of
send it out
cans
an update.
on
Send it out a patch.
Yeah.
An update. Yeah, it's just a weird film.
Yeah, but apparently that was because he didn't bother with any of the mocap stuff.
Oh, okay.
Like he didn't put dots and weird shit all over the people so that they could they felt more comfortable dancing. That was all done by hand,
like rotoscopes, old Tron style. Yeah. Jesus, crazy.
Which is why the mistakes are left in there, because
and some of the performance looks a bit jerky, and Anakin riding the back of a beast. But it's a beautiful mess, and I really liked it.
Fair enough.
Because this is the thing, and like Liz turned round to me afterwards and said to me, like, so what did you think? And I had the same answer I gave you. It's cats.
Yeah.
It's what it is. If you don't like the stage show, you're gonna hate the film.
Yeah. That's it. I mean, I've got little interest in it anyway.
Won't enjoy it.
No,
That's all.
I would only really go just to kind of rip it.
You will catch it on TV when you don't have to pay for it and you've got nothing to do.
Yeah, I mean,
or you'd watch it for a laugh.
Yeah. That would be more like it. Like there would have to be a serious lack of anything else.
Yeah, but
for me to probably watch that.
You'd probably watch it and go, what?
Yeah. I mean, the trailers just... Oh, don't know.
I mean, it doesn't help that James Corden's in it.
Yeah.
And Rebel Wilson's doing the Rebel Wilson thing.
Yeah.
Which is a shame, because she's genuinely funny.
Yeah.
But James Corden plays James Corden, so
yeah.
Anyway,
we went to see Ian McKellen on stage.
You did, yes.
Yeah, this was a thing.
He was also in the audience, wasn't he? I saw the picture.
You saw that.
Yeah.
It was weird though. That guy looked not directly like him, obviously, but we were like, well, maybe it's a brother, or something.
Possibly,
but he doesn't have any brothers.
Oh,
so
cousin?
I don't know, not sure. But he was in a box with a couple of people, and just. Looked like a lot of physical features very similar.
Yeah, at a quick glance you would think it was probably him.
Yeah,
maybe.
Like from across the other side of the room as we were. We were like...
So what's the concept of this show, the Ian McKellen show?
It's kind of an evening with him. You know, we went to see Brian Blessed the other year,
right?
And told anecdotes and stuff. It was like that, but better staged.
Yes. And less bellowing.
Yeah, so this was something that I bought for Jo because she's a massive fan of Ian McKellen.
Yeah.
Back
as
in
everyone
June.
should be.
Yeah, of course, and it links to cats because he kept mentioning it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
In a good way?
Yeah, no, just like, there's a film out,
Yeah.
just like Cats. Yeah, I managed to keep it a secret from her for like half a year.
Wow.
And we got up to London. The only thing I said was like, we're going to London on the 28th. And that was it. Like, I even took her right past the theatre on the way up there.
You took her past it?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
And she didn't clock.
Oh, wow.
Wasn't even watching. Didn't see.
Brilliant.
The thing. It was a real kind of like, let's see. Because there was a little pub called the Comedy. It's down from the Comedy Store.
Yeah.
I think it's called the Comedian or something, or the Comedy Pub. It's called, and we were going to go in there, but it was quite full because it's between Christmas and New Year, the whole of London was just a mass of people. So she was looking more at like things going on around, and she was like, "We're not going to the Comedy Store, are we?" And I was like, "No, we've just been past where we're going, and you would have seen the posters if you were looking." And she's like, "Oh,
yeah."
So I went to a pub around the corner, and then when we got outside it, she cried.
Oh, really? Oh,
I
bless.
was like, "Yes,
It works. I win the year.
yes."
I won this year.
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic.
But yeah, so essentially what it is, the lights come on, like it goes completely black,
Yeah.
like proper dark. You can't see anything at all.
Wow.
Because, we were talking about this last time with the cinema and stuff, like you can see everything
Yes.
inside the cinema now. This was, I don't know how he managed to get on stage without tripping over things. And there was a bit towards the end where he got into a box. Like,
What?
the lights come back on, he's on stage, there's this massive trunk
Yeah.
with stickers of all the theatres that he's been to over the last year on it.
Yeah.
And he reads the "You shall not pass" bit from Lord of the Rings.
Oh, nice.
But the words from the book,
Yeah.
rather than his
Rather than the
actual
film.
film lines. Like, so he's describing the Balrog and all this.
Yeah.
And it finishes with "Flee, you fools," and then the lights go back out again, and then they come back on, and it starts into like he got a kid up on stage to hold glamdring. Like in the box are a load of props, so he's got the hat and the sword.
Oh, wow.
And like he's got a little table that he brings out and a chair that he unfolds, which is from one of the films that he was on. Like it's got his name on the back, but it's spelt with an A instead of an E because it's McKellen.
Yeah.
And everyone spells it with an A, McKellen. And yeah, he just kind of talks about some of the films he's been involved with while getting props out of this box, and talks about them. Like he did a whole thing about where he did Widow Twanky. So he's got this big bag with Twanky written on it. He's throwing out sweets to people in the audience and stuff.
Oh, wow. Proper showman.
And doing bits from the shows,
the acting.
Yeah.
Well,
like
performing.
It was a performance rather than a bunch of anecdotes. It was properly structured. There were things, like he had props and stuff.
Yeah.
And then in the second half, he literally went through every Shakespeare play.
Wow.
Because he essentially he was like, right, there are 23 Shakespeare plays.
Yeah.
Who can name them all? Let's see if... And people just shouted out the names of Shakespeare plays, and he kind of he had a stack of books, and he would talk about them, and then kind of be
as
like...
someone named it, he would talk about that one.
Yeah, and
wow.
he would talk about like the role that he played in it, because he's
That's
been in virtually
incredible,
all
though,
of
because
them.
if it's... That's like really fascinating, because obviously if it's a scripted show that he's written and he performs and he knows the order of the plays that he does, so you sort of memorize it, but he's doing it off the cuff. Like,
Yeah.
You want that one? Okay, I'll talk about that one now. That one? I'll talk about that one now.
Yeah.
And it's in a different place each night. That's really something.
Yeah. Because I was trying to get Two Gentlemen of Verona, but it's quite difficult to shout that. Yeah. Because no one else was saying it, and I was like, that's an obscure one. It's not Romeo and Juliet or Hamlet. Oh, what was that?
No idea. There was like I don't know.
Clattering possible gunshot. Don't know.
Manhole cover like falling.
I don't know
from the sky.
But yeah, so I was trying to get that, and it just wasn't going over. And then Joe said, she told me to say something else. So I shouted that.
It's faster.
Yeah, I can't remember which one it was now. And he was like, "I've already done that. I sang a song.
Oh, really?
Where were you?" And I was like, "Oh fuck,
shit."
But the whole place laughed.
And Joe sat there again.
Yeah, I was like,
I'm glad you did it.
You fucking fed me that.
Yeah. I sang a song. Brilliant.
But it was one of these ones where like we tried to replay it back, and it was like there were a couple that he kind of led into another one.
Yeah.
Without hearing.
Without someone shouting. Yeah.
And so that was where we went wrong. But yeah, I got a laugh from an entire theatre full of people,
which is great. Well, arguably he got
the
laugh.
Yeah. I fed him the laugh.
You fed him the line.
I set it up.
Yeah.
By making
an
supporting
actor
tit out of myself.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was absolutely incredible, and he would talk about like the roles that he'd done in these films, and like the fact that Kenneth Branagh is an absolute tart, and will cast himself in his own.
Yeah.
He'll get
that
in where water wouldn't. And then, right at the end, he at the beginning of the show, he was like, "Oh, the director of this said that it would be great if you started the show in the box and you came out of the box." And I said, "I'm 81.
Yeah.
I'm not getting in the box." So after he's done the whole Shakespeare thing, the lights go down again and it comes up and there's nothing on stage.
Except
and then he comes out of the box.
Yeah.
He was like, "And I did it because you'd love it."
And everyone did.
Yes. So that was a really good night out.
Yeah.
And won me brownie points.
Massive.
Which is the main thing.
Massive brownie points, I shouldn't think.
But it was an excellent night out. Like, really good. Because I think he's been doing it around the country now for almost like 8 months, 9 months.
Wow.
So, like, yeah, really.
81.
Yeah.
And getting in the box every night.
In the pitch black.
Yeah.
I have no idea how he did it without...
With a sword.
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
So yeah, that was pretty good. Christmas in general was quite good this year.
It was for me. I wasn't at work.
No.
Which is always a plus.
Yeah.
I mean, it was Christmas Eve day, but
that's nothing, is it? Really?
No. I had Christmas Day, Boxing Day, and the 27th.
Oh right.
So the 3 days. Yeah, Christmas Day we went to. Excuse me.
It's
okay. I think I've just done a night shift.
You're excused.
Christmas Day. So it was obviously Liz's first year without her dad. So we basically packed Christmas up and drove to Eastbourne.
Right.
To go spend it with her granddad, and it was a really, really nice day. Actually, it was something really different and really nice. And the food was. I don't know how her mum did it, but she basically prepared the food at home.
Okay.
We transported it to Eastbourne, and it was amazing. Like she brought a special bag, like a big insulated bag, to put this giant turkey in.
Right.
With the hot food, like kept it all warm all the way down there.
Okay. Oh, so she cooked it.
She cooked it at home.
Right.
And then we took it to Eastbourne.
Okay.
Like the vegetables and things like that. So the potatoes. I think the potatoes, the stuffing, and the turkey were all cooked, but like all the other vegetables,
they need boiling.
Like, yeah. We did there, but then Liz's granddad has a food warmer.
Okay.
So here's a buffet trolley.
Yeah.
Basically.
Excellent.
Or a buffet. It's a cabinet, and basically did everything, stuck it in a buffet cabinet, so it's all warm, ready to serve up, and it was absolutely delicious.
Nice.
Brilliant. But yeah, Boxing Day. What did we do Boxing Day? I think what anyone does on Boxing Day, nothing. Pretty much stayed at home.
I have second Christmas on Boxing Day.
Yeah, so we did see my mum on Boxing Day, actually.
Yeah.
They came... Well, no, we went to my mum's on Boxing Day.
Yeah.
Just for the evening, for like just a supper in the evening. But the rest of the day, we didn't do a lot. I got a Nintendo Switch for Christmas, so...
Might have seen the picture there.
Have spent
most
the day
of Boxing
on
Day.
On the 27th, We went up to London to watch Waitress. Liz got me tickets to see Waitress.
Yeah, you've been to a couple of shows.
Yeah, so sort of mid-December we went to see Dear Evan Hansen.
Yeah.
And yeah, the 27th we went to see Waitress,
Right.
which both of them were really good. Waitress was the one I really wanted to see, and it was better. It was just so
What's
good.
that one about? Because I know what Dear Evan Hansen's about.
So Waitress is actually, the show is based on a film that came out in 2007.
Okay.
Yeah, as a woman... I don't know what the film's about. Like, I don't know how it works in the film, but yeah, so a woman's pregnant, she's in an abusive relationship. It's, feel-good musical.
Yeah. Real Christmassy.
And she basically has a fling with her doctor.
Right.
With a sort of like... Yeah, a doctor. She works in a restaurant, she bakes pies. It sounds... It's really hard to describe.
It's a drama.
Yeah, but it's comedy as well. It's got
Right.
comedy elements to it. But she... I don't know. That's really hard to describe.
Right,
really.
okay, fair enough. Yeah. So I was talking to Kez the other day, Kezzy.
Yeah.
And she was like, yeah, they've seen the two plays that I'm desperate to see.
Anyone who's into musical theatre, actually, and we've probably seen the three. If she doesn't know, we've seen Hamilton. If she hasn't seen it already.
I think she might have already seen it. Yeah.
Because they're the three big shows at the minute. Hamilton, Waitress, and Dear Evan Hansen. And they're all really, really good. Dear Evan Hansen is fantastic. It's a really powerful, really, really powerful. But Waitress, it's really feel-good, funny show. And the music's really, really good. It's fantastic. It's sort of poppy. Not poppy, but it's less...
It's not
less
kind
dramatic
of,
musical theatre.
Yeah.
Except one song, which is pretty dramatic. But yeah. It's just good. I've not seen the film because I didn't want to see the film because I wanted to see the show.
Sure.
I will watch the film now.
Okay.
But
I've not even heard of it.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
weird.
it's really good. The show, I imagine the film is as well. But yeah, that was quite a good December, really.
Yeah, not bad.
And I saw Star Wars.
Yeah, me too. With Kezzy. That's.
And I watched Rocket Man.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Fantastic.
Yeah.
I didn't expect it to be proper musical.
Yeah.
So
like not a jukebox musical.
This is what, Queen. Bohemian Rhapsody. Tells the story of Queen, and the songs
includes the songs.
The songs are them performing the songs,
Yeah.
like live on stage and recording it in the studio. Whereas Rocket Man, they use Elton John's songs
musical.
to tell the story.
Yeah.
And it's
excellent,
absolutely
isn't it?
incredible.
Yeah.
I just couldn't stop smiling the whole way through it. It's fucking brilliant. It blows Bohemian Rhapsody out of the water.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, you were right. It's great.
Yeah.
And his life is fucking horrific.
Yeah.
It's so sad.
Yeah.
But, so good. So good.
It's amazing,
it was so
isn't
good. I really, really loved it. Yeah, we watched that with Liz's mum. Yeah, December was just great. And Star Wars, non-spoilery.
I was surprisingly satisfied by it.
Really good.
Yeah.
Really fun.
I don't really know why it's getting the backlash it's getting.
I don't know. And
you can poke holes in it all day long.
Oh, massively.
But
like,
you can poke holes in all of them.
Yeah. I was listening to a podcast on the way up, and they were saying like the podcast was recorded just before Star Wars came out. Rise of Skywalker came out, and Rise of Skywalker. And they was like, the guy was saying that he watched the original trilogy, and like throughout the film, like the first two films at least, the same actors are pronouncing words differently.
Is that right?
Yeah. Like it said, even at one point, Alec Guinness says Yoda instead of Yoda. He calls him Yoda,
Right.
and it's like, what?
Okay.
Like, it's because obviously when they made the first one, when they made A New Hope, there was no one telling them how to say these words.
Yeah, which is weird because you'd think George Lucas would have been like, oh, by the way, it's Yoda.
Yeah. But, like, they say, like, because throughout it, I mean, you got Carrie Fisher saying Han and Han.
Yeah. Which is why it's impossible to say one or the other,
Yeah,
really,
yeah.
because they're
But
both
she's
right.
saying it, and like
Yeah.
you've got. I think there was one they were saying they can't remember what it was or the word, but they're saying like there's two characters talking, and one character says like this pronounces this word,
Yeah.
and this other character is replying and says the word different to how he said it, and then the original person says it how the second person said it, so different to how he said it the first time.
But
Like,
to be fair,
like in the same conversation,
yeah.
he says it two different ways. Like,
To be fair, though, real life is a bit like that sometimes, where you pronounce something slightly wrong, and then you're like, "Oh shit, I've been pronouncing that wrong."
yeah. But
no, it shouldn't be like that in a film.
no, so like you got poke holes in all of the Star Wars films.
Yeah, 100%.
So you're going to expect to poke holes in this one, but
and there are,
I came out of it going, yeah, I like that.
yeah,
That
me
was
too.
great.
And it's the first one of these new films that I've come out thinking
Satisfied.
I really enjoyed that.
Yeah,
Like, because I was disappointed with the first one because it was too much like A New Hope
yeah,
for me. The second one, I was like, there's a lot of weirdness, but it was all right.
and it had
But
two
I
of the
hated-
greatest scenes.
Yeah, but I hated the end
yeah,
with the child
yeah.
and the whole casino thing. Like,
Yeah.
that didn't need to be
Which JJ went,
there.
forget
Well, this
that.
is it, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, this is
We'll
the
get
great thing is-
we'll get into the spoiler cast
Yeah.
after this, but yeah,
it's
like,
just great the fact that like in the second one of this trilogy,
yeah,
who was it? Ryan Johnson.
yeah,
Well, you know everything you did, JJ. Forget that.
yeah.
And then JJ's come back in and gone, you know everything you did, Ryan.
Yeah.
Forget that.
Well, JJ basically made a sequel to the first film, didn't
Yeah.
he? Basically, he's completely like there's virtually nothing from the
It's so
second
good.
film in it, and there are a few lines as well in there that are really pointed
Yeah.
directly at Ryan Johnson.
It's so good.
it's so bitchy. It's got sass.
But I mean, there was one of the major points in this film. I just went, and like it sort of made me, okay. But we'll get into that
Yeah,
in
I
the
wonder if
spoiler cast.
Yeah, we'll get
It's
into that.
one of
later.
the major points, and I just went,
Yeah, I
But-
think I probably know what you're talking about.
However, although it's like one of the biggest points of the whole thing, I don't care.
Yeah,
Like, I loved it.
Yeah.
I came out of it like,
yeah.
that was Star Wars.
Yeah,
It's a kids' film.
it absolutely was Star Wars.
Yeah.
like 100%. Yeah,
Anyway,
yeah.
you have to become a patron, or
Yes,
wait
indeed.
until
Or wait until it comes out on Blu-ray. And
until the snow hits us.
Yeah,
and
yeah, that's
we
going to be
can't
more
get to
likely,
Tom's.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Because of course the sun has been warning us of an apocalyptic snowstorm for the last 2 months now, and it hasn't happened.
3 whole days of snow.
The UK is going to be submerged in 11 inches of snow. Yeah, it's
Yeah, if they'd got Brexit done when they said it would have done, this fucking wouldn't have happened. Or something. They'll make it about Brexit.
Yeah.
I just did.
oh dear.
Never mind.
Yeah, I mean, for me, Christmas was here, chilling out and giving and receiving presents. And then Boxing Day, we were supposed to meet up with Joe's family in the morning, but one of her nephews got chicken pox,
Oh, God.
and so therefore no one really wanted to run the risk of getting shingles over Christmas.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So we had her parents over for a little bit,
Yeah.
mainly just so that they saw people. And then we went down to my folks, because normally we split up on Boxing Day.
Normally Joe goes to her
Yeah.
parents and you go.
Yeah,
so you were
we-
going to do it all as a unit this year.
Yeah.
And then,
And then things
It went
conspired. And Joe spent Boxing Day with my family, which was actually really nice.
yeah.
Because we don't usually spend a lot of time together on Boxing Day.
Yeah. Well, actually, I totally forgot. I don't know how I forgot this, but because we were going to Eastbourne on Christmas Day, and then my aunt was going away with my cousins for Christmas. Basically, Liz said, right, well, because you're basically not going to see your family Christmas Day, so what we're going to do is hire a hall and just
I
have
remember you
everyone
saying you
come
were
along.
going to do that. Yeah.
And it was great. It was really, really nice. Like, it brought loads of food. The kids were sort of running around everywhere. Adults were just stood around talking, as you do.
Yeah.
And this hall like had disco lights in it, just on the walls.
Right.
And they had like a sound system. I just basically went and
Stuck
fiddled
your
and
iPod
played
in
with
or-
switches until everything worked. And it was really, really good.
Fair play.
So the kids had like a disco with music. And it was really, really good,
Stick
actually.
a Spotify playlist.
Yeah, it was a YMCA
Right.
in Tovell. So like there was a fully functional kitchen. So we cooked food there. And
Fair play.
yeah, it was really, really nice time, actually.
Yeah.
Like, props to Liz. Like, just had this brain spark of an idea and made it work. It was really good.
Ah, cool.
Yeah, no, Christmas was great this year.
Yeah. Because we weren't feeling it like
At
a
all.
couple of days beforehand.
I think it's this whole thing I think it's this thing where, you know, if stuff's all blown out of proportion, you may end up getting disappointed, but because we weren't expecting a lot, we were pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, maybe
and it
that's
just made it all much better.
But I think the thing that that I like the most about it is just actually seeing people and spending time with people. It's not the presents and all that. I feel puts a massive strain on stuff.
Yeah,
and I don't like it.
No,
and I'm thinking next year maybe we won't do presents. Like, you know, it's just what I prefer is spending time with people.
I think, and the thing is where you're so busy now with work, like travelling quite a lot, you probably don't get to see people as much as you used to.
True, yeah, maybe that's it.
So there is that. I think like presents, like they did a Secret Santa at work, and I'm just like, I don't want to get involved. I don't want the pressure. I hate the pressure of buying someone presents.
Yeah.
Because I put quite a lot of thought into a present. And then so I do that, and then the next year, well, it's got to be better.
Yeah.
It's got to be better.
Yeah.
And like, there's only so many really thoughtful presents you can buy.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So I end up it's just, so the Secret Santa came on and they went, do you want to do it? I'm like, no. Too much pressure. Like, what do you mean pressure? You just got to buy a present. I was like, no. Yeah.
Yeah, but
I like to actually think about it and do something really nice.
Yeah, I'm not just going to go into mankind.
Exactly. But then, like, some of the presents everyone got, like, I saw people open their presents and they were, like, really, really pleased with them.
Right.
And there's a girl a Croatian girl I work with. The present she got for someone, I can't remember the second present, but the first present she got was, like, and it's so simple, and it's her favourite book.
Right.
That's, really...
Yeah.
That's such a good idea for a present.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. And you never really... I wouldn't have thought of doing that kind of thing.
And it's just such a simple thing that she did.
But I've heard a couple of people that I know this year are doing Secret Santa with their family.
Yeah.
Like, that's the way they're getting around that.
Families get so big.
Yeah.
Like, our family's huge.
Yeah, so is mine. I mean, you're the same as me, where you've got step families and things like that, haven't you?
What we tend to do is we only buy for the kids.
Uh-huh.
We don't buy for the adults. The only adults we buy for are my sister, because she doesn't have kids.
Yeah.
So, and parents.
Yeah.
Grandparents, like my
That's
brother.
what I did this year.
Brothers, cousins. No.
Yeah, because last year I did everyone and it bankrupted me.
Yeah.
And this year I was like, I can't do that again.
Yeah.
I just
That's silly.
Yeah, it was stupid because I was spending, a certain amount on each person, and it just
even if it's only a tenner.
Yeah.
When you've got 10 people you're buying for.
Yeah.
That adds up. If you're spending more than a tenner, it's...
Equally, when I asked around this year, I was like, is there anything anyone actually wants?
Yeah.
And people were like, no. And even my parents were like, just buy us alcohol. And I was like, this is weird. Like, that's not a present. Like,
and
that's what I mean in the lead up. I was like, I'm buying people bottles of booze. Like, this is not...
That's not Christmas.
Nah. But, like I say, actually sitting down and chatting and
sharing
playing games
booze
and
with
stuff.
them.
Yeah, it's... I don't know.
Yeah.
Not sure what the hell I'm going to do next year.
Yeah. Talking about sitting down playing games with people, my Nintendo Switch.
Mm-hmm.
So the Nintendo Switch comes with 2 controllers.
Yeah.
They switch, and then I brought another 2. So I'm going to build up my library of party games because it's a Nintendo console. That's what they always have been.
Yeah. Like, you don't get a Nintendo console.
It's got Overcooked 2 on it.
Right. Yeah. Overcooked 2 is great.
I've not played it yet, but I will be.
It's really good.
Actually, what's recently come out of it the other day that I brought was that Dr. Kawashima Brain Training.
Oh,
It was on the DS.
Yeah, I
It's just
remember.
come out on the Switch.
Okay.
I brought it.
Fair enough.
Just because I loved the brain training game.
Yeah, yeah.
But now it has like 2-player games on it now, so you use the Switch. It's like a competitive thing where like it shows certain things and you've got to remember how many there were. You have to click the buttons for how many times they were there, and then it tells you if you're right or wrong.
Oh, cool.
It's just weird. There's so many weird games on it. It's really cool. Nintendo's just weird. I love them.
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing that they continue, bearing in mind that they're not releasing AAA titles or anything like that.
Well,
they just kind of
they are, but they're like Nintendo first party, like Zelda games.
Yeah, yeah.
The only thing I don't like about Nintendo is their games never go down in price.
No, it's strange, isn't it? I don't really understand that.
These games are like little memory cards.
Yeah.
And they're like 70 quid, 60, 70 quid.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah. It is a bizarre company. Like, it doesn't make sense when you write it down on paper.
But it works, because everyone's like, Mario, fuck yeah. Oh, Pokemon game that I've already played 10 times. Yeah, I'll play it again.
Again, even though there's fewer Pokemon on it.
Fuck it, don't care.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, so I get that Christmas is about seeing people thing.
My main present this year was a hard case for my Fender.
Because you need to protect that shit.
Yeah, it's fucking massive. It looks like a Cadillac. It's ridiculous. It's massive, black and chrome.
So you walk in, people go, whoa.
Yeah.
Yep. I've got a Fender.
And I play punk.
I play punk on it. Yeah, that's great. Yeah.
Yeah, and I also with some money that my mum gave me from my nan. My nan thinks she gave me 25 quid. She didn't.
Oh.
I think we've had this conversation about my nan and her.
Possibly, yeah.
I got myself an acoustic bass,
Oh,
which
nice.
I sent a picture in our high frequency chat.
You did, yes.
Yeah, It's
Yeah.
very MTV2 unplugged.
Yeah.
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 I got that for the acoustic gig that I
Yeah.
played before Christmas, and it sounds amazing. It's really, really nice. Again, it's a Fender.
Lovely. Yeah, I am. Because I inherited the Epiphone, acoustic Epiphone from my father-in-law.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And
I
I'm
remember
trying. It's still at their house on its stand because it hasn't got a case.
Right.
But with your Fender,
Yeah.
did you buy a Fender case?
For the
For your Fender, the electric, the hard shell you got.
Yeah, it's
and
a
it says Fender
case.
on the case.
Yeah.
Because I'm looking for a case for it. Has to say Epiphone.
Yeah,
on
of
it.
course.
'Cause
Yeah,
it's got an
my
Epiphone inside it.
I've got an Epiphone case for my Epiphone as well.
It has to.
Yeah.
It's all about the image, man.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean,
Because I could just buy a
the thing
normal
is,
Juggernaut acoustic
when
case.
when I put down that I wanted this thing, I was like, well, like the Fender ones are ridiculous money.
Yeah.
I just put a regular kind of hard shell
Yeah.
bass case. But Joe was like, no.
No.
I was never going to do that. You need a Fender one.
Oh, and then you were like, yeah.
Yeah, you're right. It looks fucking amazing.
Yeah.
It's so heavy. I haven't put the bass in it yet, but it's so fucking
really?
heavy.
It's heavy without the bass.
I'll show it to you when
Oh my God.
when we finish up. It's ridiculous. It's one of those big square ones.
Yeah.
So I can put my pedal board in there.
Yeah.
Don't have any pedals.
But you could if you
I
had.
could if I had. Because no effects, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
It's cheating.
Yeah.
No, I cannot for the life of me find an acoustic bass hardcover, though.
Yeah.
Fender don't even do them, and they sell them.
See, the thing is, I found it really difficult to find the case for this guitar. But yeah, it's what they call a juggernaut body.
Right, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
it's
So it's a big...
it's like the one you've got up there.
Yeah.
The one I played down here before.
Yeah.
It's that. It's called a juggernaut.
Yeah.
So you have to get a juggernaut case. A
Yeah.
normal standard acoustic case won't fit it.
No.
So your bass is probably going to be the same. You need to find out what the body type is actually called.
Yeah, well, it's not... I don't think it's a juggernaut. It's a kind of... It says it's a classic body. But whether or not...
Yeah, there will be one out there somewhere.
There isn't a Fender don't do a case for it, which is bizarre.
Yeah.
Because
they make it.
They make it. So I don't know. Like I'm gonna have to really search around because I carried it down. Yeah, I wasn't happy about doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to find something to put it in because, like, standard acoustic bags, the neck will poke out the top.
Yeah.
Like my electric bags aren't wide enough.
Yeah.
Because it's a classic body, so it's like
it's
3
deep.
times as
Yeah.
deep. So
That's mad.
it's a tough one. It's strange. But yeah,
That was for us.
instruments, sir.
Musician talk. What?
But yeah, it's something, you know. I mean, we're going back into practicing this week with a bunch of new songs.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, there might be a rebrand. I'm thinking.
Really?
Yeah.
What, with the name?
Yeah, maybe.
What, the acoustic?
No.
Oh.
No.
Oh.
No.
Oh, okay.
The electric band.
Wow.
But I don't know. It might not happen. But yeah, I think, you know, moving away.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. But I want to carry on with the acoustic stuff as well because I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, less setup time as well. Isn't it?
Oh man,
Just like
yeah.
sit down and play.
Because the thing is, as well, it's electroacoustics and it's got its own tuner inbuilt.
Oh, nice.
So you don't even have to take. I just have to take a lead.
Nice.
know, like,
Maybe a spare battery.
plug that. Yeah. But that's it.
Wow.
So yeah, really simple. That's what I'm saying. That's why I put it in that group
Yeah.
that we're involved in. Because I'm like, if you want to do acoustic, we can do acoustic.
acoustic.
Like,
Yeah, but then
yeah, you've got to be.
what would the third member do?
Yeah, another guitar.
Oh, good point.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, makes sense.
But yeah, so. But the thing that I've learnt though, playing acoustic, is that you've got to be much more precise because there's no distortion to disguise,
Yeah.
and there's no drums in
You
the
can't
background.
hide behind.
Yeah. So like mistakes that are made are way more glaring.
Yeah.
So again, it's promoting being better, getting better.
Yeah,
you know,
it forces you to actually not
to
be so
improve,
not
and
not be
don't
sloppy.
be as sloppy. Yeah. And it's exactly.
Definitely.
I think it definitely helped because that next gig that we did for Christmas, I was honestly 100%. I reckon I played 95% of the right notes throughout the
Wow.
whole thing. Yeah, which is a high percentage
Yeah.
when you're playing live and thrashing about.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it has improved my playing.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. You
So-
makes you think more.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like you say, it's about being more, not necessarily precise. What I'm saying, more
Accurate.
I'm thinking of another word, and I can't think of what it is.
Dexterous.
Oh my god! Oh, it's killing me. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It really
Sharp,
doesn't-
precise.
Yeah, I'm thinking more doing stuff on purpose. More.
Considered.
Fucking hell! There's no prize for getting this right. I don't know what we're doing.
Synonyms.
More something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I know what you mean.
Yeah,
we all know what you mean.
We all know,
People are shouting into their devices.
Come on, you invented the language. Not us two.
No.
Like,
No. No. That would be ludicrous.
yeah. God, what would that language sound like?
Oh, this.
Oh yeah. Anyway.
But yeah, I think personally 2020 feels already much more kind of positive. It's always nice to have a bit of time off as well. We'll see how I feel in 2 weeks after I've been back for 2 full weeks rather than 2 days.
But do you feel rested though? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh God, I didn't see any time before 10 o'clock every single day I was off.
Wow.
I slept so much
Yeah.
while I was off. which says something, I think.
Yeah, you needed it. I
Yeah.
find that when I've been on a night shift that I just sleep. I can't stop sleeping, even if I want to get
Well,
up.
that was it. I was getting up and I was like, oh, for fuck's sake, it's 10 o'clock again.
Yeah.
I wanted to wake up earlier because then you're not like up and about really before 10:30, 11.
It's so weird that when I was sort of like secondary school, college, in the summer holidays, things like that, if I got up before midday, I was like, what the fuck? Why am I up at this time of the day? Whereas now it's like, if I wake up at 9 o'clock, I'm like, fuck, I've wasted half the day.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? But I suppose like not having kids is the reason that I'm able to do that on my days off, I guess. But
I do it. She's 12. She
yeah,
can look after
to
herself.
be fair, like the last few years, I haven't been one for sleeping in much anymore. But for this holiday, I guess I just needed that recharging, and it sorted me out. I tell you.
Yeah.
It's
Sleep is underrated.
Yeah, it's a massive healer.
You might think you love it. You don't love it enough.
No.
You don't appreciate it enough.
Yeah, and I think I'm gonna take a slightly different approach to work-life balance this year. I think, and not worry so much about work. Like,
don't take it home with you.
It'll get done. You know. Yeah. I just I'm trying to take a more positive approach to everything this year. I think.
That's a good idea.
Like I said, world topics make it quite difficult.
They do make
which
it
is why
really.
I mean we're naturally cynical people anyway.
We're British. That's what we do.
Precisely. But yeah, just trying to be a little bit more upbeat and positive about everything else.
Everything else in life that you do have,
which
control
is
over.
actually important
Yeah.
to me personally.
It is. And the thing is, I know I haven't wasted money on it because I know I won't keep up with it. But I like the idea of, and it sounds like fucking psycho babble mumbo jumbo, but like mindfulness journals or gratitude journals specifically. I think they would be a great idea.
Yeah.
If I had the self-discipline.
Yeah, no, I know. Working on self-discipline is probably something that I really want to do this year.
I think I need to work on self-discipline before delving into doing something like that.
Yeah. I think the whole point last year, I was like, right, I've got to get fitter, I've got to lose weight, but I don't have the self-discipline in the first place to be able to start doing that. Yeah. What I need to do is work on that first.
There's an app that I started to use, and again, it's one of those ones that unless you spend money on it, you're not going to get the full benefit of it.
Yeah.
And it's one of those ones that's like $26.99 a year,
right?
Which
is not a lot over the course of the year.
And when it's for you, it's an app called Fabulous,
right?
And it's about building habits.
Okay.
And it's really good because what we do as people is, I really want to do this, and this.
Yeah.
And then you do all 4 things at once.
Yeah.
And you fail all 4 of them.
Yeah.
Whereas this, it's kind of like the first thing you do is like, have a glass of water next to your bed.
Right.
So so the habit you're trying to build is drinking water when you wake up to start your day. Like, drink water, hydrate yourself. It helps your body, it fuels your body, and it, like, scientifically fucking tested, and it actually makes your day better.
Right.
And it says to do that, and in order to do that, put a glass of water next to your bed when you go to bed. Mm-hmm. And then when you wake up in the morning, it's there. Drink it.
You don't have
and you do that for 3 or 4 days in a row.
Mm-hmm.
And then you put a new habit in there, another habit. But you carry on with the first one. Mm-hmm. And I think it says after doing it for a week, it becomes... And I do every night, I put my water bottle next to it. I take it up to bed with me. It's just something I do now without even thinking. And if I go upstairs without it, I'm like, oh, fuck, I forgot my bottle. And I go down and get my bottle and take it upstairs. And just using that app, doing that for a week, and now it's just something I do.
It's become a thing that you do, yeah.
And it's... So building little habits like that, and then you come up with a morning routine, and then a nighttime routine, and it's something you do every night or every morning. And it's just about building up habits.
Yeah, because then it becomes a factor in your day, doesn't it? That's the thing, and you don't even think about that as being...
You just do it, and it makes your day more productive.
Because it's like that whole thing of, like, when we stopped being in the band, I was like, how the hell did we meet up every single week and do that?
Yeah.
It's like this. When we were doing it every week, it felt like...
We just did it.
And then we went every 2 weeks and you felt lost for a while.
Yeah,
but now, I can't imagine doing it every week.
Yeah, like, how the fuck did we do that? And where people used to question it, and we were just like, well, we just do it. And now I'm how did we do that?
How did we? Yeah, it's just that, isn't it?
Not only how did we do it, how did our other halves do that? Put up with that?
Yeah, I don't know, for like 3 years or something. It's stupid.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's that, isn't it? It's habits become habits, and then they're not an obstacle anymore, aren't they?
Yeah, and then they're not habits. They're just
it's what you do.
Which is a habit.
Yeah,
but
but you don't see it as a task.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah,
Excuse me.
Yeah, the app's really good if you can devote the time to doing it. I mean, there's things in there that aren't practical for everyone. Like mine. Because I'm a shift worker, some of them don't work quite as well as they should.
Sure.
So it's like your nighttime routine, your morning routine, you can't do... Some of mine, I can't do the morning routine because it's not morning.
Yeah.
I'm waking up at like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. It doesn't make sense to do them at that time.
Yeah.
So it's hard to build that habit. But, you know, it's just about figuring ways around it. But... I don't have that executive functioning skill. If it's not written down there as a task for me to do, I won't do it.
Yeah, I'm the same. Yeah. I need something to tell me to do things.
This is with my running. If I didn't have a training plan to follow, I was lost.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I'm quite worried. I haven't been climbing yet this year.
Right.
And I'm quite worried about that.
That you're going to stop doing it.
Yeah, because I don't want to stop it because I really fucking enjoy it.
Yeah.
I'll do it. Wednesday. Yeah. I'm going to do it Wednesday.
Your day off, whatever your day off is. Or whatever.
Wednesday, Friday, I'll go climbing, I think.
Shall I remind you?
I'll probably go Thursday as well, in all honesty, because that's what I do.
Yeah, fair play.
I either don't do something or I just go at it too much and hurt myself.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Strangely, I didn't get any climbing presents for Christmas. I thought I would. I thought there was going to be a theme, but it wasn't at all. It didn't even show itself.
Oh.
And then I got money for Christmas. Didn't spend it on climbing stuff. I spent it on another game for my Switch and a case for my Switch and the controllers. So, never mind.
Cases are the thing.
Cases are the theme for this week.
This
and
Christmas
it's a really nice case as well. It's got pockets for everything.
I love it. So that's what we've been up to for the last couple of weeks. You know, we started off heavy and we ended light.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good.
Yeah.
So I hope you've enjoyed this episode. We want to get on and do a spoiler cast now.
We do,
Rise of Skywalker.
There was something else that we might not get around to doing today. I'll remind you. There was something else that we might need to record.
Oh, yes. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, there is something. Yeah, I knew there was something. That's why I was trying to scroll through.
Trying to figure out
I was like, what is it? Like,
Yeah.
right at the beginning, I sounded a bit distracted because I was trying to find out what it was that I was
You knew
forgetting.
there was something.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
And I remembered it about halfway through.
Yeah. All right, cool. Yeah, no worries.
Cool. Yeah, so.
Got to channel that character
Buy cases
again.
for your things.
Buy cases for your things. It's important. And get into building habits, I guess.
Yeah.
For 2020.
Any tips as well, actually.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Okay.
Let us know what your...
You can do the work for us.
We need people to tell us what to do. Yeah. But yeah, so how do you find time to live? Oh God, it tailed off again, didn't it? So for this episode of Anywhere But Here, I've been Tom.
I've been Ant.
Bye.